Hey guys, Jeff here with Ghost Knight Gaming, and hey, we're back for another 5 things I've learned, and this time we're talking about Stardew Valley. So I've been playing this one for a little while since I started streaming it, not too long ago. I streamed it for a little bit, and I've slowly been kind of working my way through the game and trying to learn a bit about it so that I can, better play it, because, I didn't really play anything like Harvest Moon or anything like that. So I'm just gonna, and I could actually probably make a list longer than five things I've learned about this, but we're just gonna talk about the first 5 things, and maybe I'll do a companion video for this with the next 5 things I've learned as I slowly progress and actually learn more about the game, because every moment I play, I end up learning a little bit more. So you'll just have to not mind me going about my daily business here. As I talk about the 5 things. So the first thing that I learned is pretty much spend money to make money. Now, looking at my money, it's kind of notwithstanding. I've got a little bit of money saved up here, but the big thing is if you want to get that farm nice and successful, you're going to have to spend some money. You need to upgrade your equipment, you need to pay for your crops, you need to upgrade buildings, create and craft other stuff. You're going to spend a lot of time having to spend a lot of money to be able to get all the stuff you want to later be making a whole lot more money. So yeah, like I said, as it's always said, you got to spend money to make money. That is definitely true in this case. Make sure you're constantly looking at the stuff that you want to buy and then buy that stuff. Get that stuff. Don't sit there and just sit on money if you could possibly be upgrading your stuff in the game. Totally go all in, guys. Alright, so point number 2, and this one I can't really show anything about right now, but over the course of each year, there's a number of festivals that go on at in Stardew Valley that you can do various things in, and some of them actually have, contests or whatever, where you can actually win prizes or whatever for doing fairly well. And that first year, you're probably not going to win any of them unless you're really planning ahead and you're actually looking into what the festivals are and what you can do with them. You've got a lot of work ahead of you. It's going to take a little bit because it means cutting into what your normal profits are to try to get prepared for these festivals. So my suggestion is actually just plan for next year. Do the festival, see what you have to do, and then once it gets to the year after, start preparing for it then. And then you can get the better results of some of the events that can happen from doing really well at those festivals. So our third point will be something that I'll probably start doing shortly here once I finish watering the copious amount of crops that I have here, which we'll get into a point later, is talk to everybody as best you can. That being said, you've got a lot to get done in the day, and definitely doing all this kind of stuff takes a lot of time, like a lot of time. So, and your day you only have so much time during a single day to get a whole bunch of stuff done. So you definitely got to kind of manage things. I kind of went a little crazy focusing on the getting the relationships up with different people, because yeah, you can absolutely build up relationships with anybody and everybody, and you can see I've got a couple already up really high because I pushed really hard and focused really heavily on them. But that kind of probably hindered some of my early progress with my farm because I was too busy chatting with everybody else. So talk to people when you can. There's all these mechanics involved in the relationships with the people of Stardew Valley, and I'm not going to really get into that. There's plenty of wonderful wikis. But if you guys want more information on the relationships, I can definitely do another video on that later. Let me know in the comments below. So yeah, definitely talk to people, because the other thing is once you do start building up friendships with people, and I should really check my mail in a minute here, they tend to give you stuff. They give you recipes, they give you items, they give you advice. Like a good way to figure out what other people like is make friends with the other people that they know. I've discovered a lot of really great ways to build up friendships with a couple of characters because they their companion, spouse, friend, or whatever said, yeah, hey, give this person this stuff and they will love it. And you do that, and yeah, they do love it, and that relationship has improved vastly. So it's a good thing to kind of work with. So my next point actually works really well with what I'm doing right now. Big harvest means big profits. So something I did before was a lot of this, where I had really small little plots of the various types of growable goods that I could grow. and I wasn't really making a lot over the course of the day, you know, or over the course of a week or whatever, while I wait for those crops to grow. So something I've discovered really quickly, actually, just from dropping in on other people playing, is definitely just go big. There's some of the crops are really cheap, like wheat. Wheat only costs you 10 gold to buy one seed, or one bag of seeds, so it's really easy to build it up super quick. So you buy as much as you can, as early as you can, and then just basically benefit from it. Because for what it's worth, that turnaround, especially if you start getting higher quality crop, is much better in the long run for your farm to grow. So yeah, definitely start doing that, because also once you build that crop up well enough early on, and we'll just read this mail really quick. Speaking of stuff, look, because I'm friends with Marnie, she decided to give me something. So there's some proof on that one. So definitely early on, get those crops really big, really fast. Just realize it is going to take a ton of time, considering it took me most of the day just to get all of that watered, and I still have to go buy more seeds, because I gotta follow up and get caught. But I've got plenty of gold to work with to do just that. Plus, I'm ready to upgrade a couple of different things. So let's go into my last point for now, for this video at least. And, you know, we're gonna do the thing, talk to people every Wednesday. That's good to know, Lewis. And here we are. So there's a bunch of other stuff that we can do. Yeah, I don't really have a way to get that. Oh, it's closed on Wednesdays. That's not cool. All right, that's fine. We can actually work with that. But the last thing I'm going to bring up is build any crop item that can be self-maintained. Basically, it sells itself as early as you can. And mostly what I'm talking about before I pick up that blackberry is I'm talking about building stuff like you know, preserve jars. Those are really great, because the jam is definitely going to be worth more than the actual fruit or jam, or pickles are going to be worth more than the fruit or vegetable that you initially put into it. Stuff like tappers for trees, so you can get maple syrup, helps a lot, because it's a decent profit off of that. Same with bee houses. Build those bee houses, except in winter, and well, they won't give you anything in winter, but build those houses and you can get a ton of honey, and all that stuff will build up into stuff you can craft for better profits, or just an initial, you know, this is something I don't have to do anything else. The same thing with the trees. I love buying the trees, as you saw that apple tree that I was picking from, and I've been starting to kind of plan ahead for the seasons after winter, where I'm just going to be able to get a whole bunch of extra fruit from these trees. So that way I've got an extra constant revenue stream when I'm waiting for crops to finish growing, or I'm working on other projects. So, and even some of this stuff, if you start getting the animals and make sure you've got the feeds you need for them, they'll keep producing stuff as well. So you can actually keep producing, especially in winter when it's a really low month. Now, I'm probably going to do this other five things I've learned. I'm going to talk about a couple other things in that. But that's it, what I'm going to talk about for now. If you guys have any tips or advice for me as I play through Stardew Valley, make sure you let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video or any of my other videos on the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Throw in a like for this video if you enjoyed it. And be sure to turn on alerts, that way you can see all the stuff as it comes up on the channel. If there's any other games you think I should be trying that are out there right now, or any other games that you'd like to hear what I've learned from playing them, definitely be sure also to let me know in the comments below. Head to my other social media on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, or whatever, and just have a chat with me there. I do cosplay stuff, gaming stuff. I'm on Twitch. I'm all over the place, so you can see a ton of the stuff I do. And hey, catch me on Twitch. You might be able to see me streaming Stardew Valley live. So that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time. Have fun, keep gaming, and keep farming.